My name is Jeremy Hunt. We're at Screaming Death Monkey. It's a small boutique 3D effects and post house. The most recent project we're working on is a film called 300. It's an adaptation of a Frank Miller graphic novel by the same name, directed by Zack Snyder, produced by Warner Brothers Pictures.
My name is Ray McIntyre. I'm with Pixel Magic. I'm a visual effects supervisor here at the company. We did approximately 105, 110 shots on the movie 300. We were basically responsible for all of battle number 4. In the movie there's basically 4 significant battles, and ours is the 4th and last battle.
Because of the kind of the graphical nature of the style that they wanted to achieve, everything was shot on blue screen, and so primarily we had to do a lot of set extensions, a lot of environments.
The biggest challenge was the look. One, working with Chris to create the look, and 2, because this is a very stylized look, kind of comic booky, kind of not. Nothing looks real.
Since the environment itself doesn't exist in real life in any way, there was no way to go out and shoot it in a location that would justify the background or the environment that it needed to be. So in the battle sequences, ours and the other 3 battles in the movie, that environment had to be created in every shot.
We would start off, you know, what you thought the CG would look like realistically in the scene, and it wouldn't work. We would have to actually go back and recreate textures so that in the end, when the crush was applied, it would match the scene and look cool.
One of the big shots we had to do was an 827 frame God pullout where it reveals this temple that the main character has been questing towards. And it was a direct lift from the comic book. I mean, it's, you know, the composition, everything. So it was cool to kind of see that come to life. And it was a challenge because we had to do the set extension. It was a very, very long shot. There was a lot of things going on. The characters were interacting with the CG environment. There was some comp challenges as well. But overall, you know, everything was done all straight in 3D using LightWave as far as the temple and the texturing and getting that look.
We have one big scene which is a map painting. It's a down angle showing a big wide area of how massive the one army is against the small 300 Spartans. So we also use it to create soldiers in LightWave.
In LightWave 9, which we started using in the middle of the production, we started with 8.5 and then we transitioned to 9, we could use a plugin called HD Instance to create a lot of soldiers rather easily. You can clone them over a wide area, and the rendering time is actually great. And if you have to rearrange the soldiers, the plugin allows you to do it pretty easily. So that was a big help for that one particular shot.
One of the bigger challenges was the character at a point in the story has to interact with this smoke that almost behaves as a character itself. So the director had some very specific ideas about what the smoke needed to do and needed to look like. For the actual CG elements, we used LightWave 3D. We used a combination of morphing as well as the cloth simulations, and then layered on top of that actual film smoke elements that actually integrated pretty seamlessly with each other, and were able to get a very unique look that also gave us a lot of control as far as what the smoke did, where it moved, where it interacted with the character.
There was another shot where also near the end of the movie where you see the aftermath of a battle, and you see many soldiers lying on the ground dead. When they shot the scene, they didn't have any arrows sticking in the bodies. The
arrows that actually hit the combatants in the movie are actually CG as well. They didn't take the approach of having a practical arrow in a guy's chest and painting it out until the CG arrow flew in and then revealing the practical arrow after that. That was not done in this movie.
I would be given a plate with an actor reacting to either arrows hitting him or something hitting him, and then I would add in the animation to correspond to that actor's motions. One
advantage of LightWave is that it talks to a lot of tracking programs. The one particular program we used for that shot was Buju, and the export from Buju to LightWave is very easy. We were able to put thousands of arrows in the ground and make them look like they were actually stuck to bodies.
Every arrow was basically a CG arrow that flew in. It was tracked to his body motion, his muscle contraction, his breathing, all of those things. The little wound mark was added and things like that. So there's a lot of work there.
It was really useful, LightWave, transitioning from kind of a previs to the final shot, keeping it all in the same program was great as well. I like using LightWave for that because it's really easy to set up, get something that looks pretty good right away to show the director, show the visual effects supervisor, and they can sign off on it, every step along the way.
I think the reason that LightWave was great for this project is because there were so many different aspects. You had the ocean, you had the sky, the hot gates, and you had arrows, spears, and shields, as well as all the soldiers advancing. And rather than getting to a specific program for each of those, it was much easier to use LightWave for each individual and then be able to integrate it with the other aspects.
Working on a big project, deadlines are tight, and all of a sudden, we'll get feedback from the client that, maybe the certain arrowhead on this arrow is too small. Well, because I know all the tools, I don't have to send it to a modeling department and wait 3 weeks to get it back. I can just go in there, do it myself, make the change, bring it back into my scene, and then re-render it out. I can do the whole thing. So that's probably my favorite thing about LightWave.
LightWave 9 has proven to be very stable. We were concerned in the middle of production on 300 that maybe we shouldn't jump to 9 yet because, we were doing fine with 8.5, and you never know the bugs that are going to pop up. But no, the transition was very painless, seamless, and actually beneficial because we were able to use, like I said, HD instance, and some of the other artists took advantage of other features of LightWave 9 that proved beneficial. So far, we're very happy with LightWave 9.
Well, Pixel Magic, we've been a LightWave house for a very long time, and it's a matter of proficiency and what you're good at in a piece of software. We also use Maya and have toyed with some other software along the way. So it's what we feel we're good, proficient, quick, and fast, and in the end, it's what we can offer at a price for the customer. So that's what LightWave offers to us, is our animators are proficient with it, the rendering is fast, and we use it for what it does best, in our opinion, or what we feel we can do really well with it. So in this case, to create the arrows, the spears, and the things I've already mentioned, it was a no-brainer. It was very easy for us to create them in LightWave, light them, render them, and get them in the shot.
The other thing that blew me away, really, that I hadn't really got into a lot was the dynamics engine. Hadn't really had a lot of opportunity to use it, and to be honest, with Maya, and they're being so well known for their dynamics, it never really occurred to me to kind of step in and see what LightWave could do. But for this, with the cloth simulations and the wind effectors and the gravity and everything we needed, it worked so well and so cleanly that we never had to go outside of LightWave to achieve the effects that this film needed.